Strengthen you, dun 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 dun, coming through with the strength in you. Hey boo, hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, what it do, coming through with the strength in you. You made it, good job, strength in you, coming through, strength in you, coming through. Hey boo.
Hey, boo. Good morning, and good morning. Happy Monday, honey love. Hope all is well. Hope your weekend was amazing. Happy Halloween, 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 Halloween. Happy Halloween. Okay. Today on this beautiful show, guys, we are talking about expectations. We all have them. Well, we should. But what are expectations and what does that mean to you? As you can see, it's just me. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about the rest of my cast. My girl Trina got some therapy, so she'll be in a minute. And Wisdom been playing hooky. He got things going on. Nevertheless, we're gonna still wish him the best and hope that just all is well and whatever that he's going through internally, he gets worked out. But today we're talking about expectations and what that means to you. And I welcome you to absolutely give me your feedback, give me your interpretations, give me everything or anything that you can possibly think of, because remember, this show is for you. So, hey girl, what's up, Jocelyn? So, okay, let's get right into it, y'all. Expectations, what are they, right? So, first, I wanted to do a little Google thing. Google says expectations is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. It's also a belief that someone will or should achieve something. And then it also means another term for expected value. Hey, Rosanna. What's up, Jerry? Okay, so you saw when you heard what expectations are. So you believing in something, you believe something will happen later in the future. And for me, expectations is it's just what I don't know, I don't want to say believe in, but I feel like for me expectations is just having the faith and belief that, like the thing says, something will happen. But without expectations or without the work, the expectations don't mean nothing, right? So oftentimes we put these expectations on people. Like, you expect your kids to clean up after themselves, or you expect an adult to know better, or you expect your job to pay you because you put in that work. So that those are just examples of expectations. But I wanted to go even further with that because I feel like oftentimes we put too much expectation on people and things and everybody else other than ourselves. And I am one of the main people who's guilty of it. Hey, mister. um, I am one of those people who are really guilty of putting expectations on other people. And I think that's because I set such a high expectation for myself that I feel like anybody in my circle need to have an expectation. I don't want nobody around me who don't have no drive, no goals, no expectation. They don't want nothing for themselves. They cool and they content with where they at. And that don't get you nowhere. So you have to set standards, because to me that's all an expectation is setting a standard. And some people think that standards are too high and all that kind of stuff, but without them, how can you grow? If you choose to stay at the level you at and not set another expectation for yourself, how can you achieve any greater goals? You kind of can't, right? It takes for you to love you, Jennifer. It takes for you to want. You gotta want something, right? That's what an expectation is. Is a want. It's wanting more than what you got. It's wanting to achieve something and not be at a standstill. Because with no expectations, you literally gonna stay right there. There's no goals for yourself. So how do you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's some expectations you set for yourself? Yes. Yes, absolutely, Mister. I agree with you 100%. It's what makes a survivor. And that means anybody who going through trauma. And this is not, remember y'all, I don't do these just for stroke survivors because trauma shows up in people's lives in different ways. And I just happen to be a stroke survivor. I just happen to be a survivor of molestation. I just happen to be a survivor of high blood pressure, of my parents being on drugs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So know that these shows is for everybody. And because trauma shows up different for everybody, they probably have different expectations that they're trying to accomplish or that they're looking from other people. And that's okay. Um, the goal is just to remember and know that without expectations, which are standards, how can you succeed? You can't succeed if you don't set a standard for yourself. I know people's always like, you're your biggest critic. We harder on ourselves. And you should be. Should nobody be able should nobody be able to come in your life and set a higher standard for you than you set for yourself? So it's important that you find or you seek expectations and standards and goals, because the only thing constant in this world is change. And without you setting an expectation or a standard for yourself, you ain't changing nothing. You ain't growing nowhere. There is no elevation. So expectations are one of the most important things you can have in this life to be successful in it. How can you achieve anything if there's nothing you're going for? You ever ask yourself that? What is it that you want out of life? And then what steps are you going to take to achieve that? Those things are expectations. And no expectation is greater than the other. You might just want to expect yourself not to have to put on a diaper today and you want to go to the bathroom. Expect that of yourself. Set that standard. Ain't nothing wrong with having standards. That is one of the highlights in life. Standards. Because that means you ain't going to just take anything. You want to just accept anything. You want to grow. And the only way to be able to do that is to be able to set standards for yourself. And want to go further with your expectations, because without them, again, you can't go nowhere. And we're so busy sometimes putting all these expectations on people that we forget to set them for ourselves. And I know sometimes it's hard to do that because in order to set an expectation for yourself, you got to be honest with yourself. And sometimes it's hard to be honest with the person you see in the mirror every day. But that just means the expectation that you have for yourself needs to be changed. So give me some things that you have that you're thinking or that you would like to change with the expectation. Because I've learned, or I'm learning, because I'm steady learning every day, I'm learning to expect less of people and more of myself. People will always disappoint you. So if you're putting too much expectation on them, you ain't gonna do nothing but hurt yourself. Because you expected them to be this way and that way and be a support system and be whatever you expected. But if you expect nothing from them and everything for yourself, the only person who can break your heart is you. Don't put all your effort or your expectation into nothing or nobody. For example, if you're a stroke survivor and you go to therapy, we expect for our therapist to teach us things, right? But you got to also expect for yourself to follow through with the things that they taught you. So no matter what type of expectation you set for them, without setting the standard for yourself, it don't matter what they teach you. It don't matter what goals you're trying to accomplish. It don't matter what lessons you learned. Because if you haven't applied the necessary knowledge and put in that work from what was taught to you, then that expectation is pointless. Like, You go to the doctor. You expect your doctor to know what you're talking about and all that. The doctor can tell you everything they want to tell you. But if you're not applying what the doctor told you, you ain't setting no expectation for yourself. You don't expect that you're going to get better, or you don't expect that it's going to work, then you're not going to apply yourself. Then there's going to be no growth. So how do you stop putting all of your eggs in one basket, or setting an expectation for your therapist, your doctors, your loved ones, your kids, your siblings, anybody? How can you have an expectation for them if you don't have an expectation for yourself? If you don't believe in yourself and the things you can accomplish or want to accomplish, how can you grow? How can you be successful? You can't. So the whole point is you must have expectations. If you don't set an expectation for yourself, you will never be no better than you are today. You're going to stay the same person today that you are. You're going to be the same person tomorrow that you are today if you have no expectations of what's to be. Set standards. Have expectations. But only have them to a certain degree with people. Because remember, they people. When I say to a certain degree, you got to have an expectations. Like for my friends, I expect for my friends to be honest with me. I expect for my friends to tell me when I'm wrong. I expect for my friends to help elevate me. And because of that, I'm not going to just accept anybody into my life, because I expect you to be just as driven as I am. And it's just what it is. Amen, Kurt. Work to be better than you was the day before. Only way to make progress. Absolution. But that's the expectation. Expecting yourself to put in a little bit more work to be better than you was the day before. This does not come overnight. Everything takes practice. Being positive, setting standards for yourself, setting expectations for the people in your circle. Anything in this world literally takes practice. And if it comes easy to you, you probably don't want it. But it's definitely more important than you think to set expectations. That is the word of the day. Expectations. Be willing to believe in yourself enough to set a standard, to have a goal, to be driven, to refuse to give up on you because, again, you got standards. You have an expectation, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And anybody who don't want you to have an expectation, you don't want them in your life. Because that means they don't want you to grow. They are good with you being right where you at. Because they want to keep you there. So you can allow nobody to keep you nowhere. That's why if you set an expectation for yourself, can't nobody else tell you where you're meant to be. You know where you're meant to be because you done set the standard. It's just what it is. Every obstacle in your life is just that. And if you can't even expect to get through the obstacle, how can you truly get through it? How can you grow from it? You've already expected yourself to fail. So start expecting yourself to win. Expecting yourself to be stronger. Expect something from the people in your circle. Not that you want it from them, because you don't want nothing from nobody. But standards are expectations. You expect your spouse to love you. You expect your kids to apply themselves. You expect honesty. You expect healing from doctors. But what do you expect from you? All these standards that we got for other people, just like they expect us to be violent, we angry. But I won't be what nobody expect me. I'm going to be who I expect for myself. And that's what I'm trying to, I guess, say to you. Expect something for yourself. Don't let nobody dictate who you are. Don't let nothing dictate your progress and your recovery and your healing and all that. You set the standard. You change the expectation. How does expectation show up in your life? It show up in you setting the standard. It's it starts in you wanting more. It starts with an inner fight and an inner drive that you don't even know is there. You don't even know it's there until you wake up one day and it's like, I crave happiness. I crave growth. I crave money. Or whatever it is that you're craving. That's an expectation. But then what do? You go out and you figure out how to get what the thing is that you're craving. That's almost the beginning of all of it. It's all up here. And it starts with you wanting. And it starts with you not accepting. Don't just accept anything. See, with expectations, anything is just unacceptable. Because if it ain't what you expect, it ain't what you're going to accept. They go hand in hand. So if you accept that you're down right now and you need to get picked up. So then you set an expectation for yourself. I accept that I'm down. I accept that I need help. And now I'm going to go out and seek it. And for me, that meant counseling. I'm back in therapy. Because Black people get counseling. But no, for real. And it's part of you learning your value, your worth. People usually don't have expectations when they don't have value in themselves. When they don't have belief or faith that they're worth anything. So you got to know you mean something to not only yourself, but to this world and to the people who are watching you. That you're going to set standards for yourself. And then you're going to do what's necessary to accomplish such standards. And again, nobody said it's going to come easy. It's going to come through practice. Little things that make big differences all start with small expectations. And again, you don't want nobody in your life, and I mean absolutely nobody in your life who don't expect nothing from you. That means they don't believe in you. You want to surround yourself with people who got so much faith in you that they can't do nothing but hold you accountable for what they expect from you because of what they see in you. You know, like I remember back in the day, I used to feel like my grandmother was just so hard on me. And the older I got, and then I had kids and all that good stuff, I realized people are hard on you when they think so highly of you. They think so much amazement about you that they can't do nothing but have high expectation for you. So they hard on you because they know what you're capable of. And sometimes we forget what we're capable of because we feel we have nothing to offer or we haven't set that expectation. And it's because we don't have no faith or belief in ourselves. For a long time, I had no expectation because I didn't think I was going to even make it this far. I thought Chicago would have took me out a long time ago. Had I not moved, they probably really would have. So I never really planned for a future. I didn't set an expectation. But now the expectation is so high that to some degree, I'm probably too hard on myself. Because the standard or the expectation is probably exceeding where or what I can probably do, but that don't mean I'm not going to try. That's what expectations do. They lead you to try and try and try, and you fail, whatever. But that's how you find your success. Through steady setting slow expectations and trying to accomplish them. Every time you set them, you try to accomplish them. Some days going to be better than other days, but that's like anything in life. Some days going to be better than other days. But you have to set that standard. You have to set that expectation. Because without it, ain't nothing for you. There's no growth. There's no nothing. I find peace in setting expectations for myself and then actually being able to succeed at those expectations. That means I want something out of life and I'm doing my best to get it. And I'm doing it. And through everyday works and setting small expectations and making them happen, it's a confidence booster. When you can set a goal for yourself and you can achieve it. And then it boosts you up a little bit because it's like, oh, I did that. Yes, hunty. And then that pride, the proud, that feeling of just the little things that can be accomplished. So this is me telling you, have standards, set expectations. Don't make your expectations for nobody else higher than for yourself. Because you can't achieve nothing without your fight for you. Somebody can come in as many times as they want to have all these expectations for you. But they got it for you. And then if you ain't got it for yourself, how you going to really get there? This is somebody else having more faith in you than you have in yourself. You got to believe in you more than anybody will or can. That's how you're going to get to your happy place, whatever that looks like for you. Because it looks different for everybody. But again, you have to set expectations. And they cannot be unreasonable. You can't expect more from your mate than you expect from yourself. You can't expect more from your doctor than you expect from yourself. If you ain't got the heart of a lion to push through and fight for the things you want, you can't expect nobody else to do it for you. So, again, the word of the day is expectations. Set them for yourself. Believe in yourself more than anybody in this world can. And with that, you'll find that, you'll find that sense of courage, that sense of accomplishment, that sense of, I can literally do anything. And you'll start to believe it. And then you'll know there's nothing that's too strong for you. There's no mountain you can't get over or no hump that you can't climb or none of that. Because you set the standard. And that means anybody who come in your life don't have to have standards. You ain't gonna want just nothing space around you. What you having expectations for yourself, you're gonna have expectations for the people around you. It ain't gonna be just useless air. It's gonna be people of power, people of nurturing nature, people that make you feel strong, people that empower you. That's what you want around you. And it all comes from expectation. Setting a standard for the people around you, for the things you'll accept, for the things that come out your mouth. Everything should have a bit of expectation on it. Because you get better at it when you set expectations for yourself. Again, don't let nobody else's standards for you be higher than the standards for yourself. Like, for real. You know, as a kid, your parents like, I want the best for you. You're going to be better than me. That's that expectation. And as you grow up, you're supposed to want better for yourself. So that means you put in a little extra work. You do a little more than you usually would do because you set that standard. Expectations matter, y'all. Again, I can't use examples that I don't know about. And therapy is the one thing I know about because I'm back in it for the 9th year, on and off. So I'm, again, setting the expectation. So I expect therapy to teach me something new, and I expect to apply it. I have to expect it for me. You can't just expect all these things from these people and then get mad when they don't live up to your expectation. This is your expectation for them. But what is your expectation for you? Huh? Do you set those for yourself? Or do you think that's a thing that you only set for other people? Because I've learned, and I'm steady learning, expectations need to be set for self. Because again, being human, we're going to let you down every time. We're going to forget. We're going to become complacent or just don't feel like it or whatever the reason may be. Humans let you down. Sometimes you're going to let yourself down. But if you're working at it and you steady setting that expectation, you're going to be okay. You expect, it's just like people who pray. When you pray, you expect your God to listen, right? You expect him to answer your prayers. Well, you're expected to live right. You're expected to treat your body right. You're expected to love yourself more than anybody else in this world. You're expected to never give up. You're expected to try your best. You're expected to be the change you want to see. Everybody want all these things and keep forgetting that it comes with hard work. It ain't going to just come to you. You got to fight for the things you want in that order. And it just is what it is. But again, expectation must be set. And like I said, I can't say it enough. You don't want nobody around you who expect nothing of you. Because again, that means they don't believe in you. Why would you want anybody around you that don't believe in you? I know I don't. If you had no faith in me, keep it moving. Because I believe in me. Absolutely. Marcella says change comes from within. Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to want it. That's that expectation. In here, in your heart of hearts, what do you expect? And be reasonable. Don't give yourself goals and expectations that's just not feasible. Like, why would you set yourself up for failure? Start small so you can slowly start building up that confidence to know I can set these expectations for myself and believe in myself. And then can't nobody else knock me off my pedestal. That don't mean you better than nobody. That just means, again, you set a standard for yourself because you believe in you. You believe in your ability to grow. You believe in your ability to change. That's the only constant. That's the only constant thing in this world. So, setting little bitty standards and starting to build that confidence, it makes you walk with your head held high and you're a proud person because you feel accomplished, because you know you can achieve. Your greatness is real. And I believe in it. And through having expectations, you'll find growth and that change, and you'll find that person you really want to be. Because that's the only time you can really find who you are and what you want to be, when you set goals and standards for yourself just to see if you can accomplish them. And then it's like, hell yeah, I got this. Then you start popping your collar. And it's just empowering. And when you empower yourself, you can empower other people. And then it starts to become a ripple effect. And then that small little wave becomes a bigger and bigger wave of expectations that you have for people and for things and for life. You get excited for it. You embrace it. You love it. You challenge it because it's things that you know you can accomplish. And ain't no feeling better than the feeling of accomplishing a goal that you set for yourself. Or like if somebody expects you to fail, well, that's their expectation of you. That ain't your expectation of you. They can expect what they want to expect. Because when you expect it for yourself, it don't matter what nobody else expect. You set the standard for yourself. Don't nobody else get to determine what you can accomplish. They're your goals. They're your expectations. They're your standards. Don't let nobody else dictate for you what's for you. And that's just real talk. Because, you know, everybody got opinions. Everybody got something to say, whether it's good or bad. And most of the time it's bad, unfortunately. People tell you what you can't accomplish. People tell you what you're not going to be. Or just something like that. All while they're telling you that. Let that fuel your fire. Don't believe in it. Because that ain't the standard you set for yourself. Your expectation is different than what theirs look like. But that's their perception and their problem. That ain't your problem. What you expect from you is all that matter. They can do that. When I say they, I mean people and their expectations, and doctors and whoever have their expectation. Because everybody gonna have one. They ain't gonna always say it, but they got one. But like I said, what is yours for you? How does it show up in your life? Do you expect more from other people than you expect from yourself? Use that anger to push even harder. Absolutely. Where you at, boo? But no, that is so factual. Let that fuel you. Because like I said, people always going to have something to say. Just it is what it is. Can't do nothing about what nobody else say. You can do everything, though, about what you say, what you feel, what matters to you most. Can't nobody stop you from succeeding except you. But it's in the expectation you set for yourself. With expectation come boundaries, which means you will not accept anything. You're going to stand for something because now you've created boundaries for yourself. Anybody can't just come into your territory because you ain't allowing that. You've set an expectation for the people you want to allow and penetrate your circle. We just ain't doing that. Boo, you ain't backstage, it's live. But you set the standard. You don't accept anything into your life. And that's why you gotta have expectations, man. You have to have expectations. Because without them, you truly will fall for anything. Because you listening to what somebody else think of you, not what you think of you. And it's like, I've already said, people always gonna say something. You can't please everybody. You can please yourself. If you're religious, you can please your father. If you're not religious, you can please you. Because you're the one that matter. But you just can't let people define you or expect more from you than you expect from yourself. You got to believe in yourself so much that you set an expectation for yourself so high and know that you can get there. We all want something in life. And without an expectation for it, you won't seek it. Just like when you want more money and you want to go to school. That's an expectation. You set a standard for yourself. Good job. Because again, your standards for yourself, I'm gonna keep saying it. It gotta be higher for you. Don't let nobody else's standards for you be higher than what you got for yourself. That means they believe in you more. How much do you believe in you? Because I believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe in your drive. I believe in your will to fight. I believe in your courage. I believe in your resilience. I believe in your strength. And I believe you can set an expectation for yourself and achieve it. And give yourself just a little bit more confidence, knowing that I can do this. Nothing in this world stopping you but you. It's so, so, so important that them expectations are set daily. Have daily goals for you to achieve in life. That's the only way to be the best you. Only thing constant, y'all, is change. Everybody's so busy standing saying, oh, it's just who I am. No, it's just who you choose to be. Because everything is about choice. Even these expectations, it's all about choice. And it just is what it is. And like I said, believe in yourself more than anybody else can. It's what it's all about. Don't be afraid to fail. It's okay to fail. For every failure, it brings you that much closer to success. You won't know success if you don't know what failure looks like. So anybody that think they're just going to get out there and instantly succeed, the devil is a lie. Everything takes practice. even success. So you got to fail repeatedly with setting expectations for yourself. And you got to keep trying to set those expectations. We got Miss Katrina in the back saying, without expectations, you're lost. That's facts. There's nothing without expectations. And like I said, with no expectations, you'll literally accept anything. We don't want you to accept anything. Then you ain't getting nothing. You getting what makes other people happy. You just accepting whatever come your way. No, thank you. You gotta set an expectation. And like I keep telling you, your expectation for yourself has to be stronger than any expectation of anybody else. Your parents can't believe in you more than you. Your kids shouldn't believe in you more than you. You need to believe in you more than anybody. Those expectations are the foundation of your confidence. You need that. Confidence is knowing that you can. Miss Mister says, don't let nobody tell you where you are going to end up. Absolution. Can't nobody dictate to you where you gonna end up. Only you can. But like I said, that's in believing in yourself, to believing in your believing in yourself enough to set expectations, have standards for you. Don't let a doctor be like, oh, you only gonna get your recovery, most of your recovery in the first year, and you believe that. No, set an expectation for yourself. Don't let the doctor tell you you're gonna be on medications all your life. Set a standard for yourself and then do what's necessary so that that standard can be met. For instance, I suffer with high blood pressure. That's what caused my stroke, right? So they like, you're gonna need to take high blood pressure medication for the rest of your life. I don't believe that. I'm setting a standard and an expectation for myself that through me being healthier, eating better, exercising, cutting back on my drinking, like all that kind of stuff that's unhealthy, setting these expectations for myself will change me from having to take medicine or so much medicine for the rest of my life. Or say you're a diabetic and the doctor say you're going to be on insulin for the rest of your life. No, don't believe it. Set an expectation for yourself and then do what's necessary. Cut your sugars back or whatever it is that you need to do to change having to take insulin every day or whatever the case may be. If, I don't know, you go to therapy and the therapist give you exercises and they expect you to do them every day. Well, I said that wrong. You go to therapy, they teach you something new. Well, they do expect you to do them every day, but you have to you have to have expectations for yourself and set the standard and actually do it every day so that you don't have to see therapy for forever. So, I mean, again, you have to have higher standards for yourself. You have to have real expectations for yourself. Or you ain't gonna never grow. You're gonna stay in the same place. Woe is me. Why this keep happening and why? That's because I'm sorry, honey, but you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. Insanity, boo. Yes. So you have to set an expectation. Because without it, you're gonna be just right there, going through life, That was question answer time. If you feel free to ask questions, guys, and all that kind of stuff, and you'll get an answer from your girl Joy or Strength. But stroke brain. What was I saying? So I was saying expectations are important in our lives, in every aspect of our lives, because it's not only a confidence booster, it is a success bringer. Expectations bring success. Because again, you won't just accept anything. You out searching and seeking what you expect, not accepting whatever that comes. You're seeking what you expect. That's the difference. See, when you accept something, you just accept what is. Like I've accepted I'm a stroke survivor. It is what it is. But I don't expect to let it define who I am. I refuse. And that's how I need you to live your life. Accept certain things because it just is what it is. But then you set an expectation to not let whatever it is define you and determine who you are, where you're going, or anything, any of that. Because you set the standard. Like, prime example. Women expect men to cheat. They're like, oh, that's just what they do. We were taught this. That's stupid. If you set an expectation for the person you with, you're not going to accept if they do cheat because you've put an expectation on it. So you're not going to just accept whatever is because this is what's expected by the world. It's what's expected by you. So saying that to say, the world is full of expectations all around us. And it is what it is. But what do you expect? What do you expect from this world? What do you expect from your day? What do you expect from the energy you're throwing out there? All of it. It all matters. But the one that matters most, again and again and again, is your expectation for yourself. What is that? How does that show up for you? I know for me, it shows up in me holding everybody accountable. I think the more I have expectations for me, that it naturally makes me have expectation for people. Because I expect you to treat me the way I treat you. So I will not accept you treat me any other way. Because I set the standard. So for you, what is that? What do you expect if everything you putting out is negative? If everything is like, oh, I don't want to do this, oh, I don't want to do that, oh, this is so boring, just everything negative that a lot of people do. What do you expect from that? Expect what you're putting out. Expect negative energy. Expect low energy. Expect dread in everything you do. But what do you think will happen if you take those expectations and flip them and make it positive? I expect to be the light. I expect to be the change I want to see. I expect to be positive. Like these are all expectations I have for me. So that means I'll walk around and carry myself in such a way that can't nothing else come at me except what I'm putting out. Because I set that standard. So I will not accept anything except for what I expect. Hey, I like that. I'm going to have to write that down. Do not accept anything that you don't expect. Because again, you set the standard. Don't nobody get to dictate how you want to be treated. Don't nobody get to dictate how hard you work. Don't nobody get to dictate. Don't nobody get to do none of it for you. It's all in the standard that you set for yourself. Then that's where it starts. Because when you set expectations for yourself, again, you won't just accept anything. Can't nobody just bring you anything. It's like burning pizza. You expect nice, cheesy, ooey gooey, excellent pizza. And then Domino's deliver you a burnt pizza. You ain't gonna eat that. You're gonna give it back to the people. You ain't accepting that. Because it ain't what you expected. It's the same thing in life. You have to have expectations in order to know what you will and will not accept. And you are not supposed to accept anything less than what you expect. And if you're living by the things that you expect, can't nobody give you less than that. Because you walking in the shoes that you expecting other people to come through in. You walking in what you expected. They go hand in hand. Hey, beautiful things come to those who expect beautiful things. Because when you expect them, you seek them, you search it out, you work for it, you fight for it, because you expect it. So if you expect to heal, you're going to heal. Nobody said to what level, but there is some healing happening because you set the standard. So in every aspect of your life, I behoove you. I think that's the word. I'm over here trying to be smart. But seriously, I encourage you to set some expectations. I encourage you to get rid of anybody who don't expect anything from you. They have no faith in you. They don't believe you can accomplish anything. That's why they have no expectations for you. So you set them for yourself, knowing that as long as I expect something of me, I'm going to accomplish everything. Because ain't nothing else out there except for your expectation. What the world think of you don't matter. What everybody judgments doesn't matter. It's you for yourself. You came in by yourself, you're going to die by yourself. So go through it expecting something out of life. Expect growth. Expect change. Expect more than what you had yesterday. Expect not accepting anything because you're worth everything. You don't accept anything because, like I said, you're worth everything. And you're going to set expectations for yourself because you believe in you. You know that there's nothing you can't do as long as you believe in yourself. You will know when you start walking in your expectations, then you will see a change within yourself. Absolutely. That's what expectations does. Like I said, it's going to boost your ego. It's going to boost your confidence, which is going to make you motivated. And it's going to drive you to want more. And then it's going to highlight who you are as a person. And then you're going to be able to pass that on to the people around you. But you have to have expectations. And you can't just have them for the people around you. You can't have an expectation for your doctor, your lawyer, your counselor, your teacher. You can't have more expectation in people than you have in you. It's your expectation because it's your life. Want greater, want more. This world ain't out here to give you what you want. You got to go take it. So set the standard. Break those circles, them patterns of accepting anything. I come from a place where women accepted anything and everything because we're women, and women were walked all over for a long time. Some degree still is. That's why somebody trying to tell us how we can't have abortions. Not your place to choose. But set an expectation for yourself to not be out here like that. Everybody's going to always have these expectations of you. You got to have them for yourself. It just is what it is. Nobody said it was going to be easy. But anything worth having won't be easy. I can't stress that enough. If you got families, you know what I'm talking about. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. So setting expectations for yourself, it won't be easy, especially if you're not used to it. But it's going to be worth it because you're not going to just accept anything. Because you're going to have standards and you're going to have boundaries. And everybody's not going to be able to do and say what they want when it comes to you. Because you have expectations. And you expect people to treat you a certain way. And talk to you a certain way, whatever the case may be. It's your expectation. So you're only going to allow what you expect. I can't stress it enough. You got to believe in you more than anybody in this world ever can. Life is going to be life. It's going to be hard. And with standards, it'll get a little bit easier. So just expect something. So you don't just take anything. We don't want you just accepting whatever. We want you to have expectations. Set some standards. Put some morals and values, all that. Put it all in there. It's all in your expectation for you. Like I said, your belief in yourself is greater than any belief that anybody else will ever have for you. And know that through you setting these standards and expectations for yourself, you're going to be so much stronger. You're going to be so much more confident. You're going to be just ready for anything and everything because you know what the expectation is and you expect yourself to never fold. You're not just going to throw in the towel just because. Expect something. Don't accept anything. Have expectations. Love you more than anybody else can. That's what an expectation is. Having love and belief in yourself. I believe in you. I believe in your journey. I believe in your healing. I believe that as long as you keep fighting and you keep finding ways to be your best self by having expectations in yourself, that you're going to be just fine. Never forget when you're down. There's nowhere else to go but up. Remember that you are loved. You are important. You have to expect something out of life so that you won't just accept anything. I appreciate you so much. Word of the day, expectations. Put that crown on, honey love. Put that lantern in that crown. Turn that light up. Let that light radiate all over that body. And know that you ain't going to accept anything except for what you expect. I love you with my whole heart. And I thank you for watching. Until next week, come to support group on Friday, baby.